Joining us now, the chairman of the Senate Commerce Committee and also chairman of the Senate Republican Conference, Senator John Thune of South Dakota.
Good to see you.
Good morning.
I just want to comment really quickly on one thing that Donald Jr. said about him wanting to get to work. And we've known Donald for a long time. The one thing the guy hates more than anything is vacation.
No, he doesn't do that.
No, he literally doesn't do
Ever.
vacation. They got Mar-a-Lago and then started allowing guests in there because he wouldn't go down there because he couldn't work. He didn't want to rest. And that's one of the things when he said he's ready to get to work.
Yeah.
I mean, Donald's even told me, he said, I can't imagine people going up to, why do they go up to Camp David? The work's here. Stay here. I think he's going to be like a Bill Clinton who loved the job, stayed in the job,
loves talking
would
to
work
people
20 hours a day on the phone.
And also considers the social aspect of it work too. And I think President Obama, there's a difference here, who really did not like the social aspect of it as much.
Right. And that's one thing when you're talking about foreign leaders. Again, a lot, I know you've heard this too. Trump, if you want Trump, pick up the phone, call Trump if you're a foreign leader. And for the most part, there's been a lot of talking back and forth.
There's been more talk than most people realize. Leaders coming to visit him, national security advisors from other countries coming to see his top advisors. There's a real dialogue, and I think the world is holding its breath today, waiting to see how these policies they've been hearing about are going to be put into practice.
Now, Senator John Thune, are you holding your breath?
Well, I think we're all ready to exhale. Think of it. No, it's a big day, obviously, an exciting day, and I think there's always a sense in the country, irrespective of how an election comes out and who wins and who loses, that there's a fresh start and a chance for a new beginning. And I think that the Congress is prepared to roll up our sleeves and go to work. And you're right. I mean, one thing that Donald Trump has is a powerful work ethic. I don't think anybody can dispute that after the campaign that he went through. And I expect him to carry that over because that's who he is.
Bob.
Senator Thune, you're one of the Senate's leaders on the infrastructure issue. How do you think this priority for the president-elect is going to kick off in the first 100 days?
Well, I think they're probably, we've had conversations, of course, with some of his members of his nominees for various cabinet positions, and some of whom were involved in shaping that. But I suspect they're going to submit some sort of proposal to the Congress that we'll be able to consider, and then we'll have an opportunity to work with them on it. But it's a big priority for him. And the one thing that there are a lot of pro-infrastructure members of Congress on both sides of the aisle. I think that's one of those things that you can find some bipartisanship on. And it's also something that's very much about jobs in the economy. And that's where we're excited to work with this new president, because he's got a clear focus on those issues.
But speaking of jobs, Donald Trump was talking about a 35% tariff on German cars coming to the United States built outside. He's talked about a tariff against Mexico, a 40% tariff with China, or 30%. Will the Republican Congress go along with tariffs that are really an anathema to everything that you've ever believed in?
Well, I would say it's unlikely, Joe, that you would find much support, at least among Republican members of Congress, on some of those proposals. But I think what he's doing, and I think this is probably an important message to send to some of the people with whom we do business around the world, is that this is no longer business as usual. And he's somebody who is going to shake things up and take a different look at things. And we've had, Wilbur Ross, his nominee for Commerce Secretary, was in front of our committee this week, and he talked about the importance of being treated fairly and enforcing our laws. And a lot of times people take advantage of American businesses, and we play by the rules and nobody else does. And I think that message is an important one to send.
Senator John Thune, thank you so much. It's great to have you back.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
We love having you.
Up next,